Welcome to this series of conducting internal or external ACSA COR audits. This presentation in the subsequent videos, they address all the COR audit documentation questions for both documentation and policy requirements. And this auditor has been doing audits for 25 years. I'm a CRSP, a CHSEP, and an NCSO. The learning outcomes from these videos are to how to score 100% on the documentation questions. It's super easy if you take a little bit of time to organize your manual and understand what the questions are saying. And so the second point is how to populate your policies. So we'll show you what wording to put in your policies so that you're answering the specific audit questions. And thirdly, how to organize your safety manual. So we'll talk about how to put your manual into the same 10 sections as the audit document. And then fourthly, how to recognize the what of the audit question. Like, what is it actually asking you to do? So the basics for doing this audit or these types of audit is to, number one, read the specific wording of the question. You'll see some questions like, for example, there's a question that deals with is the responsibilities for all levels of employees written for inspections. So a lot of times I look in manuals and I see the responsibilities for inspections listed for managers, supervisors, and workers, but there's no responsibilities for the senior manager level. So reading the specific wording of the question and recognizing that it's asking you to identify all levels is key. The second thing is turn the question into the answer using the question words. And we'll talk about that, and you'll see that in some of the examples as we go through. And thirdly, how to interpret. There are some questions that require a little bit of interpretation. And if you ever have any doubt as to how to answer a question or what it means, you should always call the ACSA and ask to speak to an audit reviewer for further explanation, because a lot of times depends who you talk to and what day it is will determine kind of what answer you get. Fourthly, we're going to focus on following the instructions and the validation note requirements. You were all taught this in the course, but it's easy to forget. It's very paint by number. If you just read the instructions and follow them, and then read the validation notes and follow those, you shouldn't have any problem. Fifthly, we'll show you how to avoid being overly wordy. And lastly, the examples that you'll see on the presentation slides, they are examples only, but they do work. So when I say examples only, these are examples where, yes, they do answer the audit questions specifically. And if you do use them, yes, you would get 100%. But you're free to use additional wording or your own wording, but you want to stick as close as possible to answering exactly what the audit question is asking. And that's what the following series of videos is intended to assist you with. Hope you enjoy.